Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the second qualifying race of the Oreo Truck Series as we prepare for the second of two qualifying races for the Farewell to Janes Bros 200, which will be part of the Farewell to Janes Bros race weekend here at Texas Motor Speedway, weekend number 6. On the pole for this race, we've got Brian Young, who's filling in the rest of the season for Aaron Williams. Alongside of him, Wyatt Morgan, and then it's Natalie Scott and Jake Bergen. There are 23 drivers, 3 transfer spots, and we're going to find out who's going to get those 3 transfer spots in just a moment. As the cars will roll off, let's give you a look at the starting lineup for the second qualifying race of the day. Now, Brian Young, this I believe is his second Truck Series start here in the qualifying races, and he's got the pole, so he must have one strong race car. Wyatt Morgan right there in second. Natalie Scott trying to make her second career Oreo Truck Series start. Jake Berg right beside her, and Jacob Lawler, who raced last week at California, also trying to get into his second straight race. Brian Scott leads them down into turn 1, and he will, looks like, take the lead off turn 2. Natalie Scott right behind Jacob Lawler, and also Richard Johnson right there. It's going to be interesting to see this race. We've had a rivalry brewing between Logan Ryan and Trent Dunham. Will that come to light once again? It started at Bullitt Super Speedway, moved over to California, and both of them are in this field. Will it roll over here to Texas? Jacob Lawler, the new leader, and he kind of starts to get away from everybody, but that won't last long. So here comes Richard Johnson. There you see Dunham on the high side. He's fourth in that outside line. And there's Logan Ryan in the Napa Toyota. Keep your eyes on both those drivers here today. If something does occur between the two of them, you gotta think that more than likely some action is going to have to be taken. As Brian Young nearly lost that race car. He's slipping to the back here. Oh, spin back there! Oh dear, I couldn't tell who was involved though. Oh, contact there! Oh, Jake Berg gets sent up into the fence with contact with his teammate. Dylan Young is involved. Looks like Jessica Miller in the 59. And the caution is out. Kenji Sato may have had some damage there too. And that puts us under the caution. Damage doesn't look like it's that bad for any of these race cars, though. I think it may have just been really spins. I don't think anybody really pounded any walls or anything, but Dylan Young is involved along with Jessica Miller, and those two sustained, I think, the most damage, which really is quite minimal, but let's see what happened. Looks like Jessica Miller is going to get into the the left rear quarter panel of Jake Berg, and sends him down. And Dylan Young, I'll tell you what really helped Dylan Young was the fact that Jake Berg took the brunt of that hit in the wall. He kind of tapped the wall, and then he comes back down, he gets contact. Ray Wilson does a great job hanging on to the number 24, but Jessica Miller and Kenji Sato, they go down, they get a piece of the inside wall, and Dylan Young again hits another car and not the wall, and he bounces off 2 people, Jake Berg and Jessica Miller, but the damage doesn't look that bad. I would be a little bit maybe concerned of the 59, because I didn't know she took quite a hard hit in the wall, but we may have all the 23 drivers still on the racetrack for the restart. Let's head back for the green flag. So we'll go ready to go back under the green flag on lap 8 of 17. It'll put us just about halfway. All 23 drivers still on the racetrack, and this is the way they run. It is Jacob Lawler, Cody Yamas, Carter Sinclair. Those are the 3 transfer spots right there. Dylan Poteet, he's running 4th. 5th is Logan Ryan. Jeff Ehlers is 6th. 7th is Richard Johnson. Nick Bergen 8th. 9th is Ryan Cooper. And in 10th is Brian Young, our pole sitter. Justin Perry, 11th. Tim Fiegel in 12th. 13th, Trent Dunham. 14th, Natalie Scott. 15th, Wyatt Morgan, who started on the outside of the front row. Then you got Mike Dawson in 16th. 17th, Ray Wilson. 18th, Trey Campbell. Jake Croven runs in 19th. I mistakenly said Matthew McMurray. I forgot that Jake Croven has taken over that ride. Jake Berg is in 20th, 21st is Kenji Sato, Jessica Miller in 22nd, and Dylan Young runs in 23rd. So the pace truck will peel off. We'll go back to green flag racing on lap 8 of 17. After we work the first caution, but nobody retiring from the race. Green flag is back out. Lawler looking to make his second straight race this season, as now he's going to get a challenge from Cody Yamas. Yamas has made one start this season. I think it was back at Bullet Super Speedway, if I remember correctly. Or was it I think it may have been Quarter Slammer. I can't remember if when I changed it to Quarter Slammer during that week 4. But Carter Sinclair going to go to the front now. Dylan Poteet right behind him. Then it's Logan Ryan, Jeff Ehlers, Richard Johnson. Poteet looks to the inside, and Dylan Poteet will go to the front in the 15. He's still looking to make his first career Truck Series start. It is the 15. He's been having a little bit of a tough time in the other two series, but a little bit of a silver lining in the clouds for him as Logan Ryan goes to the front now. Dylan Poteet just last week had a finish good enough to get himself into the 35th position in points in the Mobile One Cup Series, so he is qualified in for the race here at Texas. And also, he has been able to get the number 78 car in the Stickers Cup Series due to Brock Marshall's not commenting and losing that ride, and that has put him inside the top 35 there as well. So he's now in the top 35 in 2 of the 3 series, but he wants to qualify his way into this series as well, as Logan Ryan enjoys a 2-car length lead over the rest of the field, but that won't last for long, no doubt about that, as Ryan Cooper starts to close in along with Justin Perry. A few drivers are at the back of the pack here, running quite a ways back. Jake Berg running by himself, Jessica Miller and Dylan Young running by themselves, and same with Kenji Sato. Very unlikely any of them are going to get into one of those 3 transfer spots, but they're still running. But where is Jake Berg running right now? The cars are in turn 4. Berg is on the back straightaway. Okay, I don't think we're going to have to contend with Jake Berg at the end of this race, but I don't know for certain. You know, it could depend on how fast these laps go, and here comes Ryan Cooper to the inside with help from Jeff Ehlers. Tim Fiegel coming into the view here, and he almost got turned by Trent Dunham. He nearly got turned by Trent Dunham. That was close. And the caution is waving. The caution is out once again. Tell you what, this group of trucks a little bit more unruly than the last group of trucks we had here. And down at the stripe, I don't know if this race went under the caution or not, but Jeff Ehlers, Tim Fiegel, and Trent Dunham hold the top spots. Caution coming out for Jake Croven. And it looks like Dylan Poteet may have gotten a piece of it as well. Carter Sinclair, you can add to that list. And Poteet is not going to make the race again this week, as he, Jake Croven, and Carter Sinclair all get together. Let's see what happened. Well, here's what happens. Looks like coming off of turn 2, Carter just gets into that left rear quarter panel of Dylan Poteet. Down and into Wyatt Morgan he goes, and Dylan Poteet bounces off Lawler, sends him up the racetrack. Carter Sinclair spins there as well. And I'm guessing Jake Croven tried to maybe go to the inside and couldn't. Yeah, right here. Just gets clipped. Just clips that 34 car of Carter Sinclair, and he's involved as well. That's pretty heavy damage to that right front wheel well of the Interstate Batteries car of Jake Croven. But Dylan Poteet, Carter Sinclair, they were up front for a while, and they're involved here along with Jake Croven, and Ensign to put us under caution for the second time today. So we get ready to go back under the green flag. As the lights are out atop the pace car, we'll have a 1-lap shootout to decide this race. Only one driver retiring from the race, and that was Jake Croven. Not much of a surprise there. Heavy front-end damage to that car after hitting the Carter Sinclair machine. The 3 transfer spots right now are held by Jeff Ehlers, Tim Fiegel, and Trent Dunham. But drivers such as Ryan Cooper, Natalie Scott, Logan Ryan, Nick Bergen, Mike Dawson, Justin Perry, and even Richard Johnson could move themselves in one lap. That's the top 10. Trey Campbell is 11th. 10th is Cody Yamas. Jacob Lawler is 13th. 14th is Brian Young. Wyatt Morgan in 15th. 16th is Ray Wilson. 17th is Kenji Sato. 18th, Dylan Young. 19th is Jessica Miller. Carter Sinclair runs in 20th. 21st is Jake Berg. 22nd is Dylan Poteet. And 23rd, out of the race, is Jake Croven. Can Jeff Ehlers hold on for 1 lap? That's all he needs, is just that 1 lap to be able to get to the checkers and claim the victory and get himself into one of those final 3 transfer spots. in the Farewell to Janesboro's 200. Tim Fiegel also trying to do the same, and Trent Dunham trying to get back into contention and back into the top 35 in points. So he is third. So we prepare to go under the green flag, green and white displayed at the exact same time. Jeff Ehlers gets a good restart. Behind them, they're kind of backed up. Here comes Trent Dunham to the inside of Tim Fiegel. That is for second place. Fiegel's got to hope no one gets a run on him to try and get third. But they're going to, as Trent Dunham's trying to run down Jeff Ehlers here. Can Dunham put a move to the inside? No, he can't. Natalie Scott now moves into third. Final transfer spot is Natalie Scott is out of turn 4 for the final time. Jeff Ehlers is going to win. Trent Dunham will transfer in along with Natalie Scott. Natalie Scott will make her second career start. And I believe that is her second time transferring in only 3 qualifying races. That's a pretty good average right there. And Jeff Ehlers is going to get in as well. Congrats to him on that win. That one lap, he got the restart he needed, kept it out in front. He nearly lost the lead to Trent Dunham, but he will win the qualifying race. Will the 44 of Jeff Ehlers. So the official standings are in. Ehlers, Dunham, and Scott. They will transfer their way in to the race. Logan Ryan will finish in 4th. I'll tell you what, if he had gotten in that third transfer spot, how would it have been to have him and Trent Dunham in a points race together? That would have been kind of scary, but they didn't touch each other at all today. Tim Fiegel, oh so close, second on that restart, but finishes in 5th position. Mike Dawson in 6th, Ryan Cooper 7th, Justin Perry 8th, Trey Campbell 9th, and Cody Yamas 10th. And you can take a look at the rest of the finishing order. Only one retiree, and that was Jake Croven. Pretty much from Ray Wilson on down, 16th on down, those cars were damaged in some way. But Jeff Ehlers will win this race. He'll transfer in along with Trent Dunham and Natalie Scott. Congrats to them. We now have the 42 cars that will race in the Farewell to Janesboro's 200. Thanks for watching. You've been watching the NNSCRA Sports Channel, offline racing at its best.